Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, July 5th, 2024. Hope you guys had a great July 4th there. We're going to go ahead and take a look at what happened here all the way back on, I believe, Tuesday of this week, because that was our last session together. And then obviously Wednesday, they closed early. The market closed early Wednesday. And Thursday was July 4th, so market was closed. Let's go back to Tuesday here and just take a quick look at what happened. Remember, we were talking about the potential for a much larger pullback, just like we have for a lot of mornings now. And I said very well, that might be as far as we get. They might come right in, test the low of the day before, and then rip back up, right? And we wanted to see the bulls get through 50% of last week, that being the most important area to see them hold above. And so let's take a look and see what happened here in the detail. Market open, pulled back right to the VWAP there. So there was a little opportunity if you were looking to get long there, right out of the open. And then from there you can see we kind of stair-stepped up all the levels, right? It wasn't perfect to the tick, but we basically held VWAP to the tick, got up through 50% of the day before, got a nice double bottom there with bullish divergence, got through there. Then we held the next roadmap level, stayed up above there for a while, ducked in below it, even tried to hold below it there nearly to the tick, and then got back above, came up to the next area, 55.32, held the 200, stepped up again. And then they came all the way back down to tag right into the roadmap level at 32, came up. There is 50% of the previous day. We wanted to see the bulls get back up above there to kind of reverse phase for the bearish scenario we were in. And sure enough, what happened, they get up through the high of the morning here at about 55.44 quarter, and they pull back right to it here for a double bottom to continue to expand out. And then you can see the pullback to the next roadmap level at 55.51. And they continued to push and push and push. Notice that there was a lot of trouble here for about maybe 10-15 minutes. Couldn't get through this roadmap level around 60, and then finally popped out, came up to test pretty much right up into the next area here. That brought us into Wednesday's market. And on Wednesday, if you guys remember, this 55.60 was on my charts. It wasn't an official level back on Tuesday. It was just that blue dashed line as a potential level. And sure enough, on Wednesday, we didn't have a pre-market, so I wasn't here to remind you guys. But on Wednesday, and even in the overnight session before Wednesday morning, they come right to 55.60, get up through the VWAP there, try to hold it in the overnight session. They even come back and tag it and give it a nice kiss to the tick in the overnight, and then they come down and hold 55.60 to the tick, right? So now I made it official, especially after Wednesday's pre-market session. And then you can see on Wednesday, another beautiful directional market with lots of really good opportunities. So the first opportunity on Wednesday was the pullback to the Holy Orange Power Level, to the tick there for a double bottom. And if you would have bought that, either one, you took nearly no risk, maybe a tick or two, and you got yourself over a 10-point pop right out of the open. So there was a great opportunity on Wednesday if you were here trading. They even came right back and tagged into the Hopal and VWAP here. And I guess the new level I added at 67 here for another pop you could made another 10 points. Then it came back and tagged the VWAP once again with a beautiful peak below and bounce divergence set up there, and you would have captured the entire push for the rest of the day there. And that went all the way up to 55.95, 55.96. So you could have grabbed that easily, very low risk. You could have even grabbed all the pullbacks to the 200 as the market was breaking out to the upside. So first tag there would have been great. Second tag would have been just as good. Third tag, even better. And then there you go. I mean, you could have grabbed quite literally 20-30 points easily on Wednesday, the day before July 4th, taking on pretty much zero risk, right? So Pretty awesome stuff there. And then at the end of the day, you see they got all the way up to about 55.96 and pulled back only to bounce in the overnight session before July 4th here, right off that roadmap level, almost perfectly to the tick there. And you can see in the pre-market going into the morning of July 4th, it held the pullback to the 88, and then it held the top end of the VWAP. Once again, overnight session VWAP on the 512. Great opportunity there. Even held the test of the FMA on the way up. And then you can see this is now July 4th. The market opened right here, or just about. And remember, it was just a short little session there because the market was basically closed. And it tagged right up into the high the day before. Fortunately, could not get through with divergence for the bears. And then we got this little pullback. And that was about all that happened. So the market opened here just about right there. We got this healthy little pullback and then a tag at the back end of the 200 there for a little micro pullback before the market closed. So as you can see, not much happened yesterday. And now here we are coming into this morning. And this is what we've seen so far. We had a big jump in volatility here 1 hour before the New York Open. And hopefully you guys know what that is, right? Non-farm payroll, the first Friday of every month. And what do you know? And then let's see, the news opened obviously right around here where you have this big jump. And interestingly enough, the market pulled out. This is like almost a perfect 50% retrace, but also a tag of the Hopal here this morning for your first opportunity, really. Unfortunately, just did not really go anywhere. You might have got maybe 4 or 5 points out of it, right? 95 to 5600. And now, as we get closer to the open here, you can see the market is basically stair-stepping down the roadmap levels. Hopal, VWAP, now we're down to 50% of July 4th, and now we're coming down to bounce almost to the tick off our next roadmap level here. In fact, the previous daily close, the close of July 4th, is now where we're getting our next bounce. So it has been quite literally a step down each level, even the previous daily high there. Each one got a discrete pop that just did not get enough follow through for a breakout, right? So that's where we are coming into the open this morning. Let's go ahead and jump up to the higher time frames and see what they have to say for this morning. Also, just want to note that when the news dropped, the non-farm payroll dropped this morning, notice where they pulled back to and bounced as well, right off the previous daily low and our roadmap level at 85. Yeah, so pretty impressive stuff if you ask me. Let's go ahead and jump up to the higher time frames.